Hello everyone and Happy New Year. It's been a little while since I last made a video, and today I am going to show you how to play PS3 games on your computer through the computer emulator called RPCS3. First things first, you will want to go to rpcs3.net. So go ahead and press enter. Once you arrive onto the website, understand this message here. I got it, understand. Next thing you want to do is go to the top and click on where it says download. Now that we're here, I'm going to be basing this around my computer, which is a Windows-based computer, but as if you had a Mac OS or a Linux system, you have your downloads here as well. But we are going to download the Windows version, so I'm going to click on download. That's going to be done pretty quickly in the background. And then also, because it uses PS3 uses other certain dependencies, we will want to go down where it says installing on Windows. We will want to download the latest Microsoft Visual C++, which is this here. So let's go ahead, download this. And for the ease of use, I'm going to download this onto my desktop computer. Okay, so now that we've downloaded that, the next thing that we are going to need is something called Rusty. Rusty is a PSN update tool which allows you to download the latest updates for your PS3 games that you want to play through emulation. So we will be coming to the website called github.com, and it's created by the user RainbowCookie32. So first things first, you will want to go to where it's on the right side that says releases. Go ahead and left click on that. And now we can scroll down. And the version that I found to be most helpful is the Rusty PSN GUI Windows.zip. So we're going to go ahead and download that right now. And that was done quite quickly. Depending on your hardware, specifically the graphics card, you will want to ensure you have the latest GeForce driver, which is for NVIDIA-based graphics cards. So if you haven't downloaded your latest driver for your graphics card for NVIDIA, go ahead and download it here at GeForce. Or if you're using AMD hardware graphics cards, you can download the latest graphics card update drivers here on AMD's website. Now back on our desktop, we will want to go to the redistributable, the C++ that we downloaded on RPCS3. In my circumstance here, as you can see here, it says repair, uninstall, or close. This means that I have the current up-to-date C++ that's available for my computer, but if it doesn't, where it says install, go ahead and install and restart your computer after the installation is done. But because mine is good, we're just going to hit close. And yes, we will confirm that closure. Next thing what I like to do is make a new folder. I want to call it RPCS3. And then as you can see here, we have our zip file. Also, I will post a link in the description where you can download the program that's free called 7-zip, which allows you to extract all sorts of different file formats that are archived. But for this circumstance, it is in a zip folder. So we are going to open up the RPCS3 download folder. And as you can see all these different files here, I am going to highlight them all. And I'm going to quickly just drag and drop to my folder that I named RPCS3. This will only take a moment. And now that that is done, the next thing that we should do is go ahead and download the PlayStation 3 firmware. Back on your web browser, you will have to access this website. It's actually from PlayStation.com. I'll have the link in the description down below. What we want to do is look for the function where it says update using a computer. So we will click on this, and now you can see here download PS3 update. I am going to right click. I'm going to save the link as, and then I'm going to save it onto my desktop. As you can see here, the file name is ps3 updat.pup. That's our firmware file. So we're going to go ahead, hit save and download. And if you're using Brave browser, it looks like it thinks it's insecure. So I am going to hit keep and it's going to be done downloading. Perfect. Now that that is done and completed, we can now open up our RPCS3 folder here. And then we can scroll down and you see here it says rpcs3.exe. We'll open this up. And for the first time, you'll see this little message pop up. I'm already familiar with the quick start guide and I do not need to see this to show me again. So I'm going to be okay with that. I'm going to hit continue. Actually, you can also create a little desktop and start menu desktop if you choose to. I'm just going to have the desktop shortcut and that's good for me. I'm going to click continue. And now that we're in RPCS3, we can go to the top left corner and where it says file, we can go down and look where it says install firmware. So we just downloaded the firmware. We saved it onto our desktop. It is called PS3 updat.pup. I'm going to go ahead and select that. Click open. It's going to install the firmware. As you can see, it says it successfully installed the PS3 firmware and the LLE modules. I don't need to see this again, so I'm going to hit OK. And then at this point, what I like to do is let this thing complete itself. This only takes about 2 minutes, but it may vary depending on your computer. Okay, we are nearing the end of compiling its PPU modules. I think there's going to be one more bar that it needs to do. Okay, things are looking good. At this point, I like to go to the where it says game pads up here, has a controller and it says pads. You can click on that and then you can choose what controller input you want to use. I've personally hooked up my DualShock 4 controller here. With my DualShock 4 plugged in, if you look at the bottom right corner, you can see my joysticks and the dead zone. Everything's working fine. So our controller is all good. I'm going to hit save. And now all that really is left is to install a game. Now, I like to personally rip my own game backups for my Blu-ray discs. And the way to do that, you'll need a compatible Blu-ray drive. Back on rpcs3.net and specifically under the quick start guide, there's information about game dumping. You can either dump your game through a custom firmware or homebrew enabled PlayStation 3, or as you can see here on our right, it says PC with Blu-ray drive. I've actually done both, and I find that using the PS3 is a little simpler, and the reason why is because that not all Blu-ray drives are compatible. But fortunately, I do have and possess a compatible computer Blu-ray drive. I personally use the ASUS Blu-ray drive that says BW12B1ST. That's the one I have, and it works great. And I'm able to back up my own games no problem. Just a quick pause, but if you guys are interested and want me to make a video how to rip your Blu-ray discs with the PS3 system, please let me know in the comment section down below. Alright, let's continue. If you're following this guide up to this point, what the next thing you will want to download is from the github.com from this user 13x forever. You will want to download the program called PS3 Disk Dumper Windows. So we are going to go ahead and do that right now. I am going to extract this just to keep things simple. I'm going to just drag and drop, put this on my desktop. And now that we have that here, we can actually go ahead, plug in my Blu-ray drive, and I'm going to choose the game Batman Arkham Origins, and I'm going to dump my own copy just to show you how to do that. Now let's go ahead and open up the PS3 Disk Dumper tool. Now that I just plugged in and set up my Blu-ray drive and put my copy of Batman Arkham Origins, you'll see that it says Batman Arkham Origins, the product code, this key, all that, and all you have to do is press start. This will take a little while as this game has just over 14.34 gigabytes. That's quite a bit of space, especially for a PlayStation 3 game. So this is going to take a little while. Ballpark probably 10 minutes, but once it's done installing and dumping, you'll be ready to go and start your game in RPCS3. Now that Batman Arkham Origins is now installed, you definitely want to check where it actually installed to. In this case, I have a specific folder on my C drive just called PS3 games. You will need to change your directory if you need to. You can click on the little dots here and change wherever you want to go, but I just made mine on C drive PS3 games. Now that you have installed and completed the backup rip of Batman Arkham Origins or whatever game you choose, you will want to go to File, go to Add Games, and then on my computer I installed them on my C drive, and then I made a folder called PS3 Games here. So I'm going to select that folder. You'll see a variety of different games that I've personally backed up in the past. As you can see here, my Batman Arkham Origins is here and ready to go. But before we actually launch the game for the first time, do you remember the program we downloaded called Rusty? Well, let's go ahead and open up Rusty. I had it on my desktop here, so as you can see, rusty-psn.exe. Let's go ahead and open this up. A window will pop up here and it'll say title serial. So to get this serial for your game, it will show it right here, BLUS31147. That is for Arkham Origins. Or what you can quickly do is go to the right click, go to copy info, and then copy serial. Now that it's copied in your clipboard, all you have to do is paste it, Control V, and then search for updates. And as you can see here, we got some game updates readily available. I am going to click on download file. That was quick. And now what we can do, I'll minimize Rusty PSN. You should now see a new folder on your desktop called PKGS, which is short for packages. Let's open up the packages folder here. And then as you can see, that is the same serial that we had here in our Arkham Origins. So we're going to open up the folder, and now all you have to do is literally drag and drop, and you'll see a little message coming up here. Do you want to install this package? We will want to do that, so click on yes. And then now that it's installed, it'll give you options if you want to have a little shortcut to your desktop or start menu. I personally don't need to do that. And then now we can click on OK. And now right before we actually launch the game for the first time, I highly recommend going back onto RPCS3 and checking out the video game compatibility list. Now that we're back on RPCS3's game compatibility, you can see here almost 70% of games are playable, and that's quite remarkable. In our situation, we will want to look up Arkham Origins. As you can see here, I have that already preloaded, so I am going to type that, go enter, and because we had the version BLUS31147, we can have a look at the information that it will provide us here. So it looks like by default, there's a couple things that we need to make sure to adjust before playing. It looks like we need to go and have the anisotropic filter to auto, resolution scale to 100, and debug console mode on, and write depth buffers on as well. So now that we got our notes, what we need to do, let's go to configuration. We're going to go check out the GPU, and it looks like we got to look for the anisotropic filter. That has been set to auto, and that's what the website said, so that looks good. Our resolution scale is set to 100%, so it's a 720p game. That looks good. And then the next thing what we needed to do was go into the advanced section. We had to enable debug console mode. That's check marked, right? Yep, there we go. That looks good. And then the last thing was write depth buffers on, and good. We have that on and ready to go. So we hit apply, save, and now we can open up Batman Arkham Origins. Just simply double click on the game itself and it will take a moment for it to load. If it's the first time loading a game, it will take much longer than this, but yeah, you're looking at maybe 2 minutes for a game to apply all of its updates and PPU code and all that good stuff. And there we go. We have Arkham Origins now running all good. Let me quickly get into some gameplay here and just test that out. Let's take out these punks. Get over here. Dodge and cape smash and tackle. Get in there. And there you go, guys. Batman Arkham Origins is playing just fine through computer emulation RPCS3. I hope that helped you guys out. There are so many different games that I like to check out through RPCS3 that I plan to showcase on the channel here. And something down the road, I want to look into crossplay between RPCS3 players and PS3 hardware players in online games. Before I head out, I also want to give a shout out to the RPCS3 support team and developers that have been working on this for the last several years. It is quite amazing to see how far it's come, and it's a huge asset into video game preservation. You guys are awesome. With that said, that concludes the video and tutorial there today. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section. All links will be provided in the description, so check that out. And thank you very much for all of your guys' kindness, generosity, and support. And I look forward to making another video again soon. Have yourself a great day.